Okay, good morning and welcome to this day 5 of the ITS Congress in Hamburg. It's always a little difficult on the last day, isn't it? And especially when it's day 5 and not just day 3. And this is actually the morning after the startup party of yesterday, so you at home cannot see that, but I can see that in some of the faces in here in front that they apparently attended the party yesterday. So, but let's get started. Just a very short introduction before we go on with the awards. My name is Peter West. I had to look to see what my name is. I'm a business creation manager. I'm one of 5 in the EIT Urban Mobility. That's not so relevant today because my field is more a little more mature startups I'm working with. The ones in our portfolio and especially the ones in which we hold equity. But I'm here today. So what is EIT Urban Mobility? We are one of 8 EIT innovation areas and we are partner based. And just a quick look here. You can probably see a few names you recognize. We have just around 200 partners now in different categories, and the number is growing very rapidly. We are only on our 2nd year. So what we do is our member cities, that was the one you had here in the middle, they give us their challenges within urban mobility, and those we arrange in 9 different areas, strategic areas, of which we choose 5 each for each year's business plan. The way we are set up is that we do, as I said, business creation, where I'm from. We do City Club, I'll get back to that. We have an academy, which is also relevant for today. We do innovation projects, mostly together with our university partners and corporates. And then we have something called a factory, which is not also so relevant for today. But as you can see in the core here, in the center, we have the City Club, because that's what we're based on, serving the cities, our member cities. So, let's get on with the serious part, but also the fun part, the awards for today. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good morning everyone. For me it's a real pleasure to be here today. My name is Evelina. I'm project manager of the Citython project, part of the CARNET C2PC team based in Barcelona. First of all, I would like to thank to organizer to inviting me today to present the project. CARNET is the Future Mobility Research Hub that was initiated by SEAT and Volkswagen Research Group and UPC, and it's open hub for academic and industrial partners. On the last 5 years, we are working hand by hand with EIT on European projects, and also we are specialized in organizing hackathons. And today I'm here to present the Citython and what is the mission of this project, what means Citython. Citython is a hackathon that is specialized in urban challenges, and the mission of the project is from one side to educate, in another to develop innovative products and services to resolve urban mobility challenges provided by the citizens, and also to create the strong connection we are looking between the business and public institutions. And in this slide you can see a little bit about the Citython in numbers. On the last 5 years we reached more than 1,500 participants and create more than 350 innovative solutions in 6 European cities, and all this with 100% know-how and 360-degree networking. But this will be not possible without our partners, and first and the biggest one is EIT Urban Mobility, that we are working on this project together, but also the cities of Barcelona, Bilbao, Eindhoven, the city of Hamburg, And also our researcher hubs, CARNET, Tecnalia, the University of Breda, and Universitat Politècnica de Catalunya, also the digital hub Logistic, and special thanks to Annabelle and Robert for the work and the hard work organizing the Citython of Hamburg some weeks ago. And here it's also important to say a big thank you to the Dutch Technology Week, the Smart City Expo in Barcelona, and ITS World Congress that support this project during the entire year. And when we started in 2008, the idea was really simple for us. We have a problem into the, for most of you who visit Barcelona already in the summer months, you know that it's crowded of tourists and local in the old town. So we were looking to find some solution how the local people can enjoy their city, but also the tourists can walk and discover the city on their own way. And after we analyzing the results of the students and the solutions they give us, we discovered that this project is really important for the citizens, and we decide to replicate it in the next year. 2 years later, Amsterdam and Lublin take part of the event in cooperation with the city of Barcelona. And this year we start with first Citython in Eindhoven, followed by the Spanish edition in Bilbao and Barcelona. Some weeks ago, we finalized the Citython in Hamburg, and yesterday we start with the Citython in Lublin. And here you can see a short agenda of the event in Lublin, and the good news is that you are still on time to apply and to be part of this project. How you can apply? Chose a challenge. They are indicated on our webpage, www.citython.eu. Register with team member or without. If you don't have a team member, no worries, we will find for you. Create unique solutions, and of course, last but not least, win one of our prizes, and also the opportunity to present your winning solutions on Smart City Expo in Barcelona. Here on this slide, it's an important slide because you can scan the QR code and register for the event. And before I present the winners of Citython Hamburg, I would like to share with you the video from the Citython event that we finalized some weeks ago, just to feel the spirit of the project, and then we will talk with the winners. Hello everyone, hello and welcome to the Citython Hamburg.
By applying a lot of state-of-the-art and already existing technologies, by helping the cities to combine them in a better way, we can actually help them to create a nicer place for their citizens to be in, and that is what this is all about.
This ITS World Congress is only a stopover, an accelerator. We would like to show all these already existing projects and to go forward to the next steps until 2030.
The mobility of the future is safe, is efficient and clean. We also want to promote active mobility, so all modes of transport which are forcing that people are active in going from their trips from A to B.
How could we create businesses based on challenges in automated or autonomous driving, specifically in densely populated urban areas like the city of Hamburg? Because these are the areas where actually autonomy is not yet working properly.
Hamburg is the second largest city when it comes to inhabitants in Germany, so no wonder that traffic is #1 occupier of public spaces in Hamburg. So by avoiding traffic in cities and parking spots, and streets can be used for other purposes.
Imagine you have to make a trip to a certain destination and you have 2 or 3 available routes to follow. Having the right data at the right time will help you make the best decisions. Bike routine optimization model is developed exactly for that case.
The potential to combine and to connect with other already existing software solution, I think it's a good perspective for you and also for others. So congratulations from my point of view.
Unfortunately, on this challenge, we don't have a winner because the groups that present this morning doesn't reach the minimum scored points.
What if we could create a twin of Hamburg? A place to test freely, a place to make mistakes, a place to be you, the innovator, the architect, the one who brings mobility in a new way.
We were very, very impressed by this idea of digital twins and the opportunity to co-create public space with citizens. It was really very interesting and attractive. We thought. So congratulations again.
Okay, and once again, if you are interested in the project, we expect to see you virtually. You can register using this QR code. And now it's come the moment of the truth to present the winners of the Challenge 1, the team Noordlichte, to come on the stage and to present their winning solution.
Thank you. So, how can we change mobility? It is the current way in Hamburg towards increasing active mobility. This was the challenge the city of Hamburg gave us, and we tried our best and tried to solve the challenge in a feasible and really cost-effective way. So we really focused on the part of feasibility. We are the team Noordlichte. It's Erwis, Andreas, and myself. And we are happy to present you our solution. So, cycling in the city can reduce the CO2 emission of one person by 310 kilograms per year. And this is already a major fact, and having this in mind can already boost a lot. We can use that and try to convince people to change their behavior, to change their way of mobility. But what does it need? How can we change their behavior? So when we started to evolve from that and brainstormed into that direction, we came up with 5 main risks basically. And these are CO2 pollution, hazardous events made by motorized vehicles, bad road conditions such as potholes and road smoothness, and potentially icy roads. So all these are major risks for cyclists in the city of Hamburg. And having this in mind, we went from asking us, having identified the risks, how can we use that to present a solution that makes active mobility more nicer in Hamburg? And I will forward the microphone to my colleague Erwis, who is presenting our solution.
Thank you, Vincent. So imagine that you have, let's say, you are planning to go in a certain destination and you have 2 or 3 available routes to follow. Then what everyone must have in mind to select is basically the minimum distance. But if we collect all of this information and regarding, the road characteristics based on the information that Vincent provided previously, then your decision making will change and will consider all of these characteristics to select the most appropriate route according to your preference and your needs. So the solution we propose is based on 3 main pillars. The first one is collecting already pre-existing data from mobility companies and car manufacturers. The second one is the urban mobility platform that will store the models and the data. And the third one is a pre-existing navigation system like TomTom, for example, or Google Maps. So to be more precise, City of Hamburg needs to collect data from moving vehicles across in the city. And mobility companies and car manufacturers have telematics devices installed in the vehicles and also sensors where can easily measure, let's say, potential icy roads on the roads, CO2 emissions based on fuel usage, and have really granular level of data. So the data will be fed in the platform of the City of Hamburg, in the urban data platform, and then a continuously, data mechanism will clean the data, will transform it, will analyze, and an integrated model will provide some scores. Then, let's say you are a bike user and you are feeling, let's say you want to go from point A to point B. Based on the 2 or 3 available routes, this will go back this information through an API to the backend, and the model will score this different type of routes and will provide you with the sufficient information you need in order to take the right decision for your route. Basically, I would like also to focus on the part that providing data, trips data from the navigation system back to the backend can be used by the city for various other use cases. Like, for example, if you know that the bike users of the city of Hamburg, they prefer a specific bicycle route, then you might change the urban infrastructure and you might say that we might add another lane to decrease the congestion traffic in that particular road, and because the citizens do not use this much, and other various use cases based on the prop data and trips data from the navigation system. Now I will give to Andreas to continue.
So what we see here is our model in place, and what we see is that ideally the people who are like the bicycle people who use their bike, they can then adjust their preferences. So basically, if someone is saying, oh, I want to have an environmentally friendly road, I want to have a safe road, so our model can analyze the possible routes and then chooses, based on the preferences, the best route for the user. So it's really fitting to the needs of the user and then adjust the possible trips. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. So on the next slide, we have the benefits which our solution brings with it. And on the one hand, it is the cost effectiveness and the feasibility. And our solution is cost effective and feasible because it integrates data which is already existing. And we only integrate it into the urban data platform of the City of Hamburg. Here I want to emphasize that this data is available right now. So no matter if we get it from Volkswagen or Bridgestone Mobility Solutions, we can use this data today. And on the other hand, let's come to the motivation we have for our solution. It is to motivate people to opt for active mobility. So we want them to use their bikes. And how do we do this? We do this by not only trying to reduce the carbon footprint they leave, but in our solution we consider their personal preferences, as Vincent just showed right now. And the preferences everyone will have, they might be different. So for one guy it might be to travel in a way which fits his physical condition. And for other guys, it will be more important to travel in a healthy way. So imagine you bring your kid to kindergarten or to school. Kids are often traveling with their parents in a small trailer, which is behind the bike. And this is at the exact same height as many exhaust pipes of cars. So every day the kids are going to kindergarten, they are inhaling CO2 emissions, and this on a regular basis. And by our solution, we would try to minimize this. And yes, the last point I want to do is that once a proof of concept will be created, it might not only be interesting for the city of Hamburg, but for every city which is trying to incentivize their citizens for active mobility. Yeah, we have some next steps here, but I will not go into detail. If you have any further ideas or want to discuss some remarks you have about our solution, please feel free and approach us. We'll be here after the event. Thanks a lot.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, bitte beachten Sie folgende Hinweise. In den Messehallen gilt die Pflicht zum Tragen einer medizinischen Maske. Tragen Sie Ihre Maske jederzeit. Vielen Dank.
I don't know whether the right person gets.
Okay, and now I would like to present our winning team from Challenge 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note the following.
So, Federico and Henry, welcome to the stage.
At all times. Thank you very much.
¿Queréis otro micro? No.
Oops.
Urban planning has been always an interesting area. But the question is, can we democratize urban planning? Democracy has been one of the greatest tools in our societies because it encourages change, encourages new ideas, and empowers citizens. But urban planning has always been in a gray area because we cannot duplicate land. That's why real estate is so valuable. Ask yourself, how many of you would like to have a house? I'm sure you would like to have a house and maybe one day even to sell it because there will be some money for you. And that's why it's so important. But let's suppose for a brief moment that you could create a twin of Hamburg, a place where you could play freely, a place where you could be the architect, the innovator, the person who can create new parks, new roads for bicycles, new things. But hey, it's a place to play freely and safe because we don't need concrete or other extra things that are extremely expensive. How will we create it? Ideally, we already have satellite images. There is already some data from the Geo portal that provides us important data. We can refine the data with artificial intelligence, or it's called deep learning, the technical word, and there is some video games technology that creates those worlds that you might know. But a question is this something real, or is just a dream? You are telling us something that is not something realistic, and the answer is, there are already at least 2 companies working in these projects. The first one is called Aves Reality, and the second one is called Earth2. They are creating twins of our planet where you can play in different forms and different shapes. Then the question is there any way that we can democratize the process then? Yeah. The first part is to build the apps where people can play with the twins. We need to organize the people by regions because it's important that we know certain areas in Hamburg so people can know, hey, this is the place where I'm going to vote for these ideas or I'm going to propose something here because the person who will be impacted are the ones who should vote. We need to have an e-voting platform, define some yearly KPIs that will be defined by the local government, and finally, there needs to be some marketing so people are aware where to get it, where to download it, and where to start playing. The app can look something as simple as this, where we have some area in Hamburg, we have an CAD, and in that place, people can vote for that place. But the place that we chose is tricky because that specific area, there is a shop. And we'll be wondering if the guy who owns that shop would like to see the park. The park looks like a great idea, a place where you would like to play, but I'm not sure if he would like to move it somewhere else because that's his way of living. So people can decide, but it's the people who are living in the surroundings, the one who needs to vote for the best ideas. And how we define the people? The GeoPortal already tells us if we split by areas where people are living. The next part for the project, the innovators, the architects, the creators download the app, they design their proposals, they go to the local people and ask them, hey, do you agree with this? Do you support it? And if there is enough support, it's sent to the parliament. Who can propose ideas? The government, the architects, civil engineers, students. But the last one, I will be very clear. I would like the people that are living at least 3 years there will be the ones who are proposing ideas. I have lived in 4 different countries, and I know it's tricky when you haven't lived there for longer. Our target group, initially we would like to focus in one specific town because this is virtual reality and it's an area that needs certain development. So it will take at least 2 to 3 years to have a mature test. And then we will move to other areas because countries that are in the northern part of the world have enough data to test. And there are other countries like Australia and New Zealand. The next part, when the process is in the last stage, is sent to the parliament and they will analyze the proposals. Maybe they like the idea, and if they like it, they give the green light, and if not, they will provide some feedback because it's important. Maybe some adjustments are required so your idea can become something great. And if everything goes fine, we come back to the local citizens and they decide, hey, we want this or we would like something different. Finally, what are the benefits of this project? We reduce cost. This is the main thing. Building infrastructure is expensive. Concrete, iron, electricity that is right now quite expensive in all Western Europe is something that is very important to reduce. We empower the local citizens because you are using democracy to attract them so they can propose their own ideas. And finally, thanks to the video games technology, over the time we can help them to test new environments, even if it's summer or it's winter, or other things that can be interesting because that's one of the greatest things. And if you have ever played some video games, you know that we can emulate those environments. What we're going to start doing? Let's focus on the initial ventures. We would like to build a monthly system and other areas. Our ideal partners are city halls, Autodesk, the European Union, are organizations that are working in these areas. Oops. The next part is that we already started to survey some former citizens of Hamburg. We contacted some of the providers in this area and we started to have some communication with them so we can know how to build this project and make it happen. We know that there are similar projects to ours, and one was from an Austrian university that is called VR Planning, but they focus mainly in 3D glasses and the smart glasses that, based on my knowledge, I will say in the next 5 to 10 years, it could be for the majority of people, but I don't see many people wearing these interesting glasses yet. So for now, I think we're in different business markets. And our current plan, we would like to develop the first business plans, business Kanban, and start reaching the European Union so we can start getting some funds and start working on the prototypes and carry on with the project. Hopefully, you would like to collaborate with us and start making more democratic and urban planning for everyone.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Just to close, thank you so much for coming today. For more information, you can follow us in our social media, and hope to see you in the virtual event in Lublin next week. Thank you.